Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Wodcast podcast. I'm your host. I'm Eddie Ift. That's right. If this is your first time listening to the show, I love it. New listeners. Cool. Love my old listeners, but new ones couldn't be better than finding new people or people finding me. How'd you find me? Send me a message at wodcastpodcast@yahoo.com, or you can go to my Instagram at Eddie Ift. At Eddie Ift. A great place to get me on Instagram. Give me some feedback on the show. I always love to hear what people listen to. This is a health, fitness, functional fitness, CrossFit. We talk a whole gamut of things, and we talk to experts in the fields of exercise physiology. We talk to anything from nutritionists to wellness people to athletes. And I hope it's interesting all the time. I hope it's somewhat funny because I used to be a comedian before the apocalypse, before the pandemic happened. I'm going to be a comedian again. I'm going to start touring. I got dates in Minneapolis, Las Vegas, Scottsdale, Arizona, Alaska, Florida, Atlanta, Georgia, North Carolina. I'm going all over. So family, we need money. So they're like, get back out there and risk your life. My wife's like, just get out there, put a hazmat suit on and start slinging jokes. And that's what I'll be doing. So check out my website if you're one of these people that isn't afraid to go out. Wear your mask. Come to the show. I need your laughs, but don't laugh too hard. Kind of keep it in. Cover your face. I know there's a lot of the country split. People think masks don't work, and I think they work. So, but I also don't think we can, the way things have gone, and we can shut down. So, come out, wherever you are. I'm torn on this whole thing. It's like I want to make money, I want to sell tickets, but at the same time, I don't want people risking their lives or risking other people's lives. So, I got to be honest, I'm really torn. I wish I was in another business. How's that make you feel? I wish I just did podcasting and could make a living off of this. But I can't because you guys don't give enough to Patreon. So donate to Patreon. We're going to be doing an extra show every month. I'm going to do an extra show. It'll be something like the 30, 40, 50 episodes I do with Hunter McIntyre, Bobby Williams, or maybe like just a comedy one. Just a funny fucking show where I don't talk CrossFit. So that's an extra show. You give to the Patreon. We ask for a donation of $5 a month. The reason we ask for $5 is because if you give $5, we can give you then possibly a Myopux. Yeah, you get a Myopux, which is an electronic muscle stimulator. It says Active Recovery Simplified. These things are awesome. They're little pads that you put on yourself with little remotes on them, and then you run like a little iPhone thing from it, and you just send an electronic stimulation into your muscles, which actually pumps your muscles, which makes the blood flow, which actually makes you recover quickly from injury. And it works. It's scientifically proven to work. All the best physical therapists and chiropractors and people like that use this kind of stuff. So why not have it at home and you use it yourself and fix yourself quicker than you can? I always have shoulder problems because I internally rotate. But if I externally rotate, I wouldn't have these problems. So I'm constantly putting stuff on like that because I have to fix my injuries. And I do that also with what's called a leopard claw. The leopard claw is a multi-tool device that you use to locate. You use it, you go like this, and you find like little gristly things in your muscle and your fascia, and then you kind of grind it out. And then what happens is that stuff, you can use it in conjunction with the Myopux, and you just flush it out. And so if there's any blood restriction going on there, when blood can't get to a body part, that body part doesn't work properly. And when I'm talking body parts, I'm talking tendons, ligaments, muscles, whatever it is. So you guys want to take care of yourself. People like Kelly Starrett recommend this stuff highly. You got to get yourself one. If you don't buy it, if you don't want to try to win it here, go buy one. Go to myopux.com or leopardclaw.com. But the best way to do it is support my show. You give $5 a month. That's like $1.25 an episode. $1.25. I have an episode every single week. $1.25 gets you one of these, and and I give you a shout out on the show. So you have to win, but what else? You're given to the show, and then you'll also be on the what's going to happen is, if you're going to want the extra episode, it's just going to be on the Patreon page. That's what's going to happen. Every month there's going to be that extra episode. If you want it, you're going to have to contribute the $5 a month. That episode will be on Patreon, patreon.com/WodcastPodcast or Wodcast. Oh, I take that back. Oh, no, here's what it is. WodcastPodcast.com/Patreon or patreon.com/Wodcast. So do that. Check out our website, it's wodcastpodcast.com. That's where all the information is, all our advertisers. We've got some amazing supporters of this show. One of our sponsors, Getup, is they're having Getup are the sunglasses that I wear, and I just commentated a race yesterday that Hunter McIntyre won. My buddy Hunter is he fast. I saw him run a 10K in 32 minutes. He's 210 pounds. But I saw a few of the guys wearing Getup sunglasses. They're the best sunglasses, and they got a good deal going on right now. They have a special deal for Black Friday. So check out Getup.com. That's GOODR.com. Like I said, these sunglasses work for running and working out and CrossFit because they're rubberized, and so they don't slide off your face, and they look awesome too. Also, one of our other sponsors, Inside Tracker, is having a Black Friday deal. Insider Tracker is what I'm using currently to maintain my health and find out. I get all my blood work done, and it's the best way to kind of figure out your nutritional platform. Like you get your blood work, you find out what you're lacking, what you need, what foods have it, how you do it. Easiest way to figure it out. So check out November 25th to December 1st. Take advantage of their Inside Tracker Best Deal of the Year. You're going to take control of your health and wellness with $200 off their ultimate plan. That's the one that I do. It's their most comprehensive package. Use the code WODCAST30. WODCAST30. Okay? Also, Getup. If you use Getup.com/Wodcast, you're going to get 17% off on those glasses. So that's something good to do. Buy some Christmas gifts. The best thing you can do to somebody, best gift you could give somebody is their health. So get somebody Inside Tracker, those sunglasses. What a good gift, too. What else is going on? Like I said, I went to a race yesterday. I got to commentate. It was really fun, just making fun of everybody running. Like, I'm not a good color commentator. All I do is trash all the competitors. So hopefully Hunter's going to post that. That's from his OCR Stars race that's going on right now that you can check out at OCRstars.com and or on HunterMcIntyre.com. And it's like kind of like a CrossFit Games thing for obstacle course racers that they're doing remotely through, you film yourself doing these workouts and submit, and it's going on currently. And Hunter does the workouts. I don't think he's in the competition, but he kicked ass yesterday, and I got to make fun of him the whole way. He ran with a ponytail. I'll just say that. What else is going on? Dave Castro posted a pretty he's been showing some pretty awesome feats of fitness on his Instagram. He showed the guy that did a 500-pound back squat in a 5-minute mile, and then now there's a guy who did a 500-pound deadlift, dropped the weight, and did a 5-minute mile. Did that deadlift within that. So then I found out a lot of people in the fitness community know who he is because he is a CrossFit coach out of, I believe it's the San Diego area. And real nice guy. Had him on the show. So that's our guest this week, Michael Miraglia. And has a twin brother that's just as fit as him. These two are freaks. So we talked to him. We also talked to my buddy Johnny Beal over at Purifly, because I can't emphasize this enough, guys. Your gyms are like being targeted. Your gyms are known as one of the worst places to contract COVID right now. I hate saying that because I don't want that to be true. And I think there's a way to safely do it. And there's a way to stay clean, we all know that the people getting this virus that are having difficulty with it are getting hospitalized and dying a lot of the time. The majority of the time, they're people that are suffering from metabolic disease. So gyms are the answer for that. That's like, hey, come to the gym, fix yourself so that you won't be susceptible to viruses like this and lose your health. However, gyms are places where the virus can be contracted and then given to those people. So we need to keep our gyms clean. There's this guy. I met him. I don't know how I met Johnny Beal, but the guy's got a company that basically will tell you how to keep your gym clean and how to keep it virus-free. And he'll recommend all the right chemicals to clean with, how you do it. He's got like a program. And the way he's been doing this for a lot of gyms, started with hospitals, and then somebody brought him in. He started doing one gym, and then they were like, hey, you should help all the CrossFit gyms. So that is my little gift to you guys. Check them out. I talked to Johnny all about it. And what's coming up? Nothing's coming up except for Thanksgiving and Christmas. So, again, I've been asking people about a water guy. I want to talk to a water guy. My wife and I were in Air One the other night. Last night. I took a picture. I'll post it on the Facebook page. A picture and on Instagram. Of water. There's 7,000 different kinds of waters to buy right now. Why is no one telling us what is good, what is bad? I read so many conflicting reports. I want to talk to somebody that knows water. Please contact me. A few people haven't been able to like really find the right person to have on the show, but there's gurus over that. You know, you got Rob Wolf, who can tell you everything about meat. You've got vegan people. You've got people like Dr. Rhonda Patrick. I want somebody who knows water, that they've studied water their whole life, and they're going to be able to get on this show, and it'll be an interesting conversation about what should we be drinking and what should we be letting in our body. So if you know that, send me a message, wodcastpodcast@yahoo.com, or at my Instagram, @EddieIft. Also, like I said, I got a tour coming out. I have a brand new album coming out in February on 800 Pound Gorilla Records called Sweet Home Malabama. That's a joke because I live above Malibu, and it's not really Malibu. It's kind of like Malabama. And that's it. This has been a long intro. I hope you enjoyed this episode. It's a shorter one, but I have a couple incredible guests this week. I think I'm going to have John Wellborn this week. And I'm also might be talking to Devin Levesque, the guy who bear crawled an entire marathon. So fun guests, interesting stuff. But this guy was an awesome guy and pretty fit dude. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome Michael Miraglia. Oh my God, everything is recording right now. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here right now with the man with the pink hair, who you all, if you're a big CrossFit fan, you know who he is because he was on Dave Castro, which is like, I would say like the second, third, fourth, one of the biggest CrossFit accounts. Castro never gives props to anyone. Never. Unless they're like one of the OGs of CrossFit. He likes to, but he does have like an infatuation with feats of strength and fitness. So apparently, Michael Miraglia, you did something that gave Dave Castro a boner. You did a 500-pound deadlift and ran a 5-minute mile immediately afterward. Like you dropped the weight and went. Did you start the timer as soon as you started running or at the deadlift?
The timer started before my hands even touched the barbell. So okay. Just like regular CrossFit fashion, 10-second countdown, 3, 2, 1, and clock starts. Hands on the barbell, lift, and right off into the run.
Okay, so first of all, amazing. Second of all, how did Castro find out about this?
I've been reaching out to him for months, or at least like a month and a half, when I knew I was going to do this. And I was trying to like let him know, like try to get it on his radar, but he never responded. And then as soon as I posted that video and everything went live on my IG account, he finally reached out. He's like, send me the video. I'm going to repost this. And I was just like, awesome. And it pretty much went from there. People I didn't even know or were just calling me up being like, is this you? When did you change your hair color? This is awesome.
Yeah. Well, it is awesome. It's pretty amazing. Let me ask you this. So did you train specifically to do that? Like, did you have that in mind like a while ago? Was this like a Hunter McIntyre thing where you were like, I'm going to tell everybody I'm going to do this. They're all going to pay attention and I'm going to do it.
I tried to get people's attention just so like the day of it wouldn't just be like a regular thing. It'd be at least some support behind me. But as far as training went, I followed my CrossFit box programming, did that 6 days a week. And then 1 day a week, I would just deadlift heavy just to see where I was at. Hardly did I ever go to the track. I maybe ran 2 miles a week, if that, but that was just because it was programmed into our CrossFit box.
Which box do you work out at?
Stay Classy CrossFit. I'm also a coach there.
Oh, cool.
And I've been with them for about 2 years now.
Where is Stay Classy CrossFit? Is that down in Coronado?
We're downtown Barrio Logan, so pretty close to Coronado as well.
Okay, because you did it
other side of the bridge.
You did it Coronado High School.
I'd used their high school track because they were the only people who were open to the public. Everyone else denied me. They didn't want to have the liability, or for COVID reasons, they just didn't want me on their track. Funny thing is, Coronado isn't a 400-meter track, so I had to measure out specifically what each 400 was, and then the extra 9 meters to get the 1609 in total.
Why wouldn't somebody have a 400-meter track?
It's beyond me. But I went out there with my meter stick. I measured it 3 times just to make sure, just so that was legit.
Yeah, because I had someone, who was it, a listener of the show messaged and said, hey, that's not a 400-meter track. And I said, he probably did the whole 400 meters, though. He probably just did the extra amount. So you had to do what? What'd you have to do? Like
definitely
like 4.5 laps?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. And you ran the mile in what? What was it?
The mile without the deadlift was like 4:46.
Are you a competitive runner? I mean, I talked to Hunter. Hunter told me he knows you from the OCR world.
Yeah, so I came from the OCR world. I've been competing probably for about 3 years. And then once my favorite race got taken out of the picture, I pretty much just stopped running and focused all on CrossFit. But I always played rugby all throughout high school, all throughout college. So I was always running a lot. Even if I wasn't the best player on the field, I was definitely the most conditioned.
Right.
So I had that background. I had that fitness. And running for me really wasn't much of the issue. It was just making sure I could lift the weight, in which this case I did it pretty damn easily.
What's your fastest mile time?
4:48. So I actually beat my fastest mile.
Wow, that's impressive. And what's your PR on your deadlift?
Last year I was able to build up to 550.
Wow, that's impressive. That's a strong deadlift. You get some hamstrings on you. Are you? Is that like an outlier of an event? I'm only saying this because I am that person. It was the only thing I could do was a deadlift, and anything else you'd go, oh my God, you're pathetic. But I had a really strong deadlift, and I don't know why. Just to probably have crazy hamstrings or something. I have long legs. I can't squat a lot. So is that your story? Do you have a good clean and jerk? Do you have a good snatch? Or is it just this deadlift is just crazy? I mean, 550 is strong.
My other lifts are there. I know the 5 and 5ers traditionally was proposed as a squat, but I knew my squat wasn't there just yet, and I wanted to do all in the same clock rather than the same day. So in order to do that, I just switched it to a deadlift and went there. I'm still going to go after the squat, 500 pounds. I'm not too far away. It's something I want to work towards, but it's just another feat of strength for me. And that's kind of what I see fitness as, just all these, feats of strength. And that's what, as an athlete, that's what I like to do.
Do you do CrossFit competitions at all?
Not so much. I'll compete in the open. I tried to get into the Dubai sanctionals through their online qualifier, but hardly ever am I really competing just for CrossFit. Right.
How did you do in the open?
Honestly, I don't even know.
Yeah.
Didn't even look.
Are you up there? Are you close or
No. No.
Okay. So the next one is the squat. You're going to go for a 500. I would say to me, a 500-pound squat. Look, what you did is incredibly impressive. Hunter did it one day, but I think he ran it on a treadmill.
Yep.
And I think he I forget if he did it immediately afterwards. I don't know if I don't know if he did the deadlift straight into the run. I forget what he did.
It was just in the same day.
Yeah, yeah. He's a freak though, and is always doing these random things. Do you do Murph?
I do Murph.
How do you do in that?
I do it every year. I do actually pretty damn well, especially with the weight vest. I can still hold my mile around like 520 and
That's impressive.
Yeah, still pace out everything else.
Yeah. So what was your time?
It had to be right around 28.
Without the vest?
No, with the vest.
Well, that would be the world record.
Am I messing up my times? The world record is a 34?
Yeah.
Okay. Then 38.
Okay. 38 sounds, that sounds more like it. I've heard of people supposedly doing it in 28 without a vest. Still really impressive if that's true. Okay. So, I love that Castro posted this thing. I just found that the funniest thing of all because, I had heard Hunter said, "Oh yeah, I know that. I know him from the OCR obstacle course racing world," and I thought, well, okay, why is Castro? That's unlike him to go get a guy from. So seeing now that you're a coach at a CrossFit gym, that makes all the sense in the world. Like this is why you got because you are a CrossFitter, so he is standing by.
Yeah.
You. Now, how many guys do you think games athletes could do this? Because I tend to believe that not many of them could ever. I think Fraser could probably pull it off. I don't know if any others.
It's really interesting just because I know there's people that can do it. There has to be.
Yeah.
Whether they just want to suck up, the pain for 5 minutes and
I take that back.
Find the time to do it.
I take it back. I don't know if Fraser could run a 5-minute mile.
I honestly think he could. I want to see him do it. I want to see someone else go for it.
A 5-minute mile requires not just great stamina. You got to have speed.
Yeah.
You got to have speed. Because to run under like 4 60-second quarters, or I'm sorry, that's a 4-minute mile. What am I saying? 5. So what were your splits again? I saw you had
my
your
splits were 68, 75, 81, and 76.
And you ran at track spikes, which I thought was hilarious.
I had to. It was the wet track. I don't know if anyone ever knew that, but it was a complete downpour right before we started and a complete downpour as soon as we finished. That track was soaked.
Had you run track growing up or something?
No, never.
You were just
that was the first time I ever ran track spikes.
How were your shins afterwards?
They weren't that bad. You know what? Honestly, I had 2 pairs of track spike. Nikes, way too thin, so uncomfortable. And then New Balance, which had a little bit more room. I found those enjoyable. I wore them for the entire warm-up, for the entire hour. So it all worked out.
You really prepared for this thing.
I severely prepared for this.
How many views have you gotten online for it?
Through Castro is pretty much 250,000.
Wow.
I mean, it's been fantastic. I still haven't even uploaded the full video yet. So I just got all the clips and footage and everything today. So I'm going to start compiling it all together and finally get that full video so people can look at it.
See, I love these things, and I was going to put on our website, I was going to put all the records for things like Helen and Fran and all the girls and all the, some of the most famous hero workouts. And I wanted to compile that because I want people to start going for these. And I like seeing those numbers come down and to see, the CrossFit Games, yes, we see who the fittest person is right there at that time in history. But I want to see who could attain these certain feats and how fast they could actually do it. So I'd like to the reason I want to talk about this with you and have been talking about it, I want to encourage people, no offense, because I think what you did is amazing. I want to see people try to beat it. I want to see.
I want to see that too.
I want to see what the human body. Castro says it all the time. He likes to see human potential. I want to see human potential, and to me, that's anyone who's ever lifted and PR'd their deadlift knows it shakes your whole entire body from your skull down to your toes. It feels like you've used every inch of your body. It's it's, you know, people say it's a back hamstring workout, but for some reason your chest is involved, your grip's involved, your forearms, your legs, your calves, your feet, everything is involved in that. And so when you PR your deadlift and then you go wake up the next day, you're usually like, what did I do yesterday? Like, oh my God, I feel like achy. I feel like I have the flu. And so it's a hard thing to, like, neuromuscularly to go from that and all of a sudden start running. Like, did your first lap, did you just feel like discombobulated?
That first lap was lightning. Like, I still had all the adrenaline going, like after you just hit a big lift. And then it wasn't until the second lap where it started really hitting in, being like, all right, you exploited pretty much all your energy sources. How are you possibly going to contain this? And that's what you really see on my third lap, which I really slowed down, which I was kind of worried because I thought that I pretty much just hit a wall and wasn't going to be able to push through. Somehow I found that extra gear, sprinted through that final straightaway, and once I crossed, I just dove into the turf and absolutely collapsed. I was on the ground probably for like a good 3 to 5 minutes while people were just dumping champagne on me, but I could not find the energy to move my legs after that.
Well, you guys made this an event. You had champagne and everything.
Oh, yeah.
This is awesome.
Oh, yeah.
And you're married, right?
Yes.
Did your wife like take you home and she's like, oh my God, you've done it?
She was there right away, gave me some donuts. I was a happy camper.
How long did you train for this? Like in your, like, thinking about doing it?
It was 12 weeks.
Really?
12 weeks. And actually, it wasn't even my idea. My brother, I have an identical twin brother. He called me up. He's like, hey, I know you did the 5 and 5 last year. I want to go for it, except let's do it on the same clock. And I listened to that, and it really didn't register what that meant until he had to explain it. And I was like, there's no way that's possible. But I was like, let's just give it a go. I mean, the worst thing that happens is we just don't do it, but we get kind of close.
Did your brother do it?
He did not. He's a firefighter.
Uh-huh.
So he's been deployed for a couple of weeks. So he lost some good weeks just training, and he hasn't kept up with his deadlift regularly from that. So he's going to go probably in like 8 weeks to attempt it, and he'll see if he can beat my time.
Oh, that's great. So what was your training like? What was your training like to do this for 12 weeks?
Oh, it was standard Stay Classy CrossFit programming, 6 days a week. And then 1 day a week, I would just deadlift heavy. I kept it really simple. Whatever any member comes into our gym, that's all I was doing. I was doing the same exact stuff.
And then no extra running.
No extra running, which is a huge shock to people, just that I can pull off that mile without actual spending time on the track. But
yeah, that's pretty impressive. How old are you?
I'm 29 years old.
Okay. That's pretty impressive. Yeah, that mile, it's hard. As you get older, I mean, geez, like, you know, those times just start going down and down and down.
It worked out well. I mean, I was probably like 170 when I was racing in OCR. Now I'm like almost pushing 190.
Mm-hmm.
And that speed just stayed.
Mm.
It's just a testament to what CrossFit really does.
Yeah, I'm trying to get Hunter to do it again. I don't know if he will.
Yeah.
I don't know if he will. He's turned into a big boy. He just did the mile the other day. A mile. He's got his competition going right now called.
I'm in it.
Oh, you're in the OCR Stars?
Once I saw that he extended the mile time trial, that was right after I finished the deadlift. I was able to submit that video as my 1 mile time trial.
Oh, nice.
So I was sitting in, I think, 24th or 28th place, and now I'm currently doing workout number 2.
Okay. So 28th with your mile time, that's pretty good, too, because most of those guys are runners. So it'll go – I think there's, 2 running events or 3 running events?
2 running events, 2 workout events.
Yeah. I'll be there at the second running event, which is the 6 mile time trial. How do you do in something like a 10K?
I had no idea that's what even the workout was. All right.
Did I just give something away?
Maybe.
I think he announced them.
It could be. I mean, I just haven't been paying too close attention. I just know what number 2 is.
He announced them. I'm almost positive. And if he didn't, I'm going to have to go back and delete this. and then you're going to have some insight that no one else has.
That's great. Awesome.
But I'm pretty sure that people know that, but I think it's the final event. Um,
Um, it's going to be interesting. I think I'm actually going to be in Colorado with my brother that week. So running at altitude probably won't be the best, but hopefully I'll rack up enough points in those 2 gym workouts where I should be sitting in a nice spot.
Hey, so look who it is. It's my buddy Johnny Beal here from Purifly. How you doing, buddy?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I wanted to talk to you because I just posted on the Facebook account of the Wodcast podcast that one of the top, I think they said that like something like, I should read the stat. It was like 10% or 80% of all COVID cases. I think I got this right. I might just be making this totally up, but 80% of all COVID cases are coming from 10% of places, which are restaurants, places of worship, and gyms. And I know a lot of people have their gyms open now. A lot of people. Some people are doing it outside, but a lot of people have them open. And I know I've talked to you a couple times on the show already about there's ways to do it where you can stay open, stay clean. There's a whole bunch of different things, which people, if you don't have a HEPA filter or you don't have something like, this is crazy. Do you hear this shit? There's a giant, we're going to have to start over. I swear to God, the garbage truck has stopped by 3 times today. Like, I don't know why you didn't get it the first time? All right, let's start.
Maybe it's a symbol, man. Keep it rolling. Maybe that's someone's way of saying pay attention.
Yeah. Well, if you heard that during the episode today, I was doing the episode, same thing. They came by twice. I think they do it because my kid likes them. My kid comes running outside to watch them, so I think the guy's like showing off for a 1-year-old. He gets it. I bought him a toy. Okay, so what I was saying is the gyms, they were filthy before this all started. Every CrossFit gym I've been to, I know you clean it, but you don't really. And you watch somebody wipe down a bar. It's not that clean. And I'm kind of glad COVID happened in a way that I think we're all going to be really careful from now on. Like, I didn't like shaking everybody's hand before. I loved used to seeing Asian people when they used to wear masks because they were sick and they cared about you and they wore a mask to keep you from being sick. That's how people should be. You guys have a great. I got it right here. Thanks for the bag, by the way. This is awesome. I feel like I'm like the Matrix guy. Like I come in with my bag, I pull it out. How funny would it be if I showed up at somebody's gym, like just to work out? And I was like, I hope you guys don't mind. I'm going to clean up a little before I start working out.
How do you like it?
It's amazing. I'm not the cleanest person in the world, but my wife is. My wife's a germaphobe, and she's turned my kids into it. So they all, like, my son, who's 1.5, was walking around with a Swifter last night. And my wife cleans everything in the whole house with this now.
Nice.
Yeah. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, if people are looking at this, Johnny, can you explain to them what I have? I'm not a Ghostbuster.
It's an electrostatic sprayer. I think the best part about using it and why it's so great to use it at home like your wife does is it positively charges whatever chemicals in there. And so when it hits a surface, it actively attacks whatever surface and it runs, it spreads out, and it takes that chemical and moves it all over the surface. So you're getting maximum coverage, making sure that you're going to kill everything that's on there.
Okay, so people that are CrossFitters are all into being au natural, and like they're like almost like vegans, but they eat meat. Explain to them why this chemical is not that harsh of a chemical, that it's not like things like they probably are all using bleach right now.
Yeah, I mean, so we talk about this chemical a lot. We are product agnostic at Purifly. So we are not making money on chemicals. We're not making money on technology, on equipment. We have the benefit of doing the homework for our customers and saying, what is the best, what is the safest, and why? And so, if I say this and it rolls off my tongue, it's because we've researched it to the point where we believe in it. We believe in it to the point where we built on our website a playbook to reopen so that gyms anywhere in America, childcare centers anywhere in America can reopen, and they can zoom right in and find out what we believe in. And what you just held up, that sprayer is it. That's the Victory Electrostatic Sprayer. And what we believe in for a chemical is BioS Botanical Solutions. And it is an organic based compound and chemical that the EPA has said on their own terms that no PPE is required, and it is no rinse, no wipe required. So you spray it, it dries, you're done. It is non-corrosive and non-abrasive. And this thing is, it was a call to action at the beginning of this, man, because there are too many people out there that are spreading bleach around, and they're trying to do their best to keep people safe at gyms. And we got a call from Rob Orlando in Connecticut, and he said, hey, what do I do? What is the chemical? What's the plan? How do we do this? And we built it. We built it with him, and we put a 5-step plan together for gyms.
Yeah, one of the things I think is great about it is the amount of time, too. So you say 4 minutes. There's usually a lot of gyms have this, like, one class is over at 5 o'clock and the next class starts at 5 o'clock. And so, they basically they don't have that much time. So it's like you end your class at 4:56. You run around, clean the gym as quickly as you can, and boom, it's ready to go. And you can have your next class in. And you've because usually what's happening is the gym's being cleaned at the end of the day.
Right.
So this way you can run in right in between, spray down all the equipment that's been used. And it's fairly easy because the way a CrossFit gym's run with everything up against the walls and everybody puts the stuff back, you just go over and anything that's been used, you go over, and if there's any virus or anything there, I mean, you should just be doing this anyway without coronavirus.
Right.
I mean, I'll say one thing. Since the lockdown, I haven't been sick. I haven't been sick at all. And
isn't that great?
I love it. And I'm like, can we go back to this? Because I'm sick of getting colds or viruses or whatever I had. I had the rhinovirus one. That's the worst shit in the world. Please, people, clean your gyms. And now,
well, here's the thing, Eddie. It's sorry to cut you off, but you did mention it. They are doing their work. They're cleaning at the end of the day. The bonus here with disinfecting is this is what you do to kill the germs when people are breathing. This allows you to turn the gym within 10 minutes and get people back in there. And really, it's a tool that will generate more people to come back into the gym. You're going to make more money. You're going to get more people in the gym.
And there's people listening to this, you don't own a gym, you go to a gym, tell your owners, or, like I just heard today, one of my friends in Denver, we were talking about a hockey rink. She got it from a friend of theirs that was playing no mask hockey. Her whole family has it now. They had to shut down her kid's school because her kid had it. This stuff's happening. Get it. Tell them to get it for your school. Tell them to get it. Like, we got to get back. I mean, this economy's falling apart because of this kind of stuff, especially what I do. Whatever. I'm going to tell comedy club owners, get this thing. Keep the places clean. Let us work. Get us back to work. Get this thing over with. They've got a vaccine coming out soon, and it's just really, really important that you take care of your gyms, take care of your businesses, whatever they are. I think this is wonderful. I think it's amazing what you guys have created. You've got the whole plan right on your website. What is the site they go to?
Purifly.com, PURIFLY.com, purifly.com.
Guys, go to that right now, and whatever you're doing, there's all kinds of information there that can help you out. And look, Johnny Beal's here for you. He's the guy. He will get you clean. He'll get you, I'm not going to say virus free, because can you guys help with syphilis or anything like that?
There are 15 kill claims. It doesn't just kill SARS-CoV-2. It does kill other things, which is why this is important to use after, we have some sort of resolve, whatever that might look like with SARS-CoV-2 and coronavirus. This does kill H1N1. It does kill norovirus, which is nastier than the flu.
Norovirus is the nastiest thing in the world. So.
It is. It's brutal. If you've ever had it, So this is something that's setting you up for long-term success. This isn't a now thing. You look back to, you mentioned it earlier, when you see in Asia people wearing masks. I asked a buddy of mine who's from Hong Kong. He said that was 2003. That was the origination of it. He said now people, before they leave the house, if they're not feeling well, they put a mask on.
So nice.
How considerate of their society. But I think that might be where we're trending. The long and short of it is we can take care of what we can take care of right now. And we've got the safe chemical. We've got it out there. I appreciate it if you do come by the site. And Eddie, I appreciate you taking the time to talk to me tonight.
Oh, no, I believe in it wholeheartedly. And I want to see all the gyms opening up. And I want to see them opening up safely. So please, guys, do what it takes. There's a number of things. This is just one step in many. And wear your masks. check out how to clean up and clean your gym. Go to purifly.com and get yourself a HEPA filter too. I'm serious. Like we have two of them in my house right now. I mean, it's important. So, Johnny, thanks for doing the show. I appreciate you stopping by and doing this. I'm pounding it into the listeners' heads because I really, really believe that they need to do this. So, purifly.com. And do we hook them up or anything? Do we have any kind of code or anything there? I don't know. Do we?
You can go to the site, go right to Reopening Playbook. We priced it out at $250 annually. So it's price pointed along with the gym owners. We consulted with them to make sure that this is something, a 5-step plan you can take in from A to Z to include messaging outward to all of your customers and get people back. So take a look.
And really. I just want everybody to know, you guys came from you were doing this in hospitals before you were doing it in gyms. So just so they know.
We've been doing this since 2017. We know what we're doing. We vetted chemicals. We've worked with people. We have Fortune 500 companies that we do this for every week, on-site disinfecting. We have professional sporting teams that we work with as well. We do on-site disinfection. We built this plan just for gyms. Specifically, we looked at CrossFit gyms and worked with Rob Orlando.
Awesome. Thanks, Shawnee. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Eddie.
I remember the first time I went to South Lake Tahoe which isn't even that high. It's like 6,000 feet. And I was running at their CrossFit, and the workout was just 3 800s or 4 800s or something.
Oh.
And I ran it, and I came back, and I was like, felt shittier than I usually feel. And I looked at the clock, and I was like, wow, that's slow. I got to pick it up for the next one. So I pushed harder on the next one, and I'm like, why am I so slow? I'm coming in 10 seconds slower each time. And I was like, what? And as soon as I finished the workout, somebody goes, how do you like working out at altitude? And I was like, oh, I never thought about that. Yeah. So that will make a difference for you. I really hope I didn't give it up. Yeah, I'll feel like, but he's an idiot. He shouldn't tell them to me. Yeah. You haven't done workout 2 yet?
I did it, but I broke up the toes to bar a little more than I like.
So
I know I can finish it in 440 or less.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to redo it this Friday.
Okay. Yeah. I think Hunter's trying to win it, even though he won't take the money, but he won't say it. But he's a big dude right now. He looks like he's 200 and 304 pounds or something. He's fat.
He's a solid athlete, regardless. Either way,
he's a fat fuck. I'm just kidding. All right, so I had one other question for you that I wanted to find out about this. I forget what I was going to ask you. I just can't believe you didn't do any running training for this at all. No, I was saying that I want to put these times and things up. I started talking about Fran, and then a lot of people were posting Fran's, and we saw some ridiculous times. I think Fran's going to be the 100 meters that you're not going to see Fran change much. People are going to be doing it. A lot of people are going to come at the same time, or maybe 1 second of a difference. Because once they start getting 154, 153,
it's not much faster you can really
not
go.
Much. The one I want to see people really do is Helen.
That's my favorite girls workout.
I was just going to say, that sounds like something you're built for.
That is my absolute favorite girls workout.
What would your Helen time be?
It's got to be in the 6s or 7s. I haven't done it in a while. But those 400s I can hold pretty easily, so that's not the issue at all.
Mm-hmm.
And the swings and pull-ups are nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to
really just pushing that run as fast as you can.
Yeah, and pulling the kettlebell down. I mean,
that's the thing. You need a track for that workout. If you're doing a stop turnaround, your run's over.
Yep.
You're gonna waste time.
That's a good point.
You need a nice straightaway circle track to get that finished.
Although there was years ago, there was a guy who posted one online. I've talked about this. If I could find it again, I'll post it because it's ridiculous. Some guy does Helen in a time that I don't think anybody could ever beat, because there's not even a hesitation in his pull-ups or muscle-ups, or his kettlebells, and his run is an out and back, and you don't see the whole run. So he could have cheated, whatever it is, but I don't think he did. This was way back when it wasn't about that, or it wasn't trying. This guy is full sprinting like he runs like a 48-second quarter mile or something. Like no, I mean, I'm just saying he looks like that. He is full sprinting the 400, full sprint, and he comes back and still has, has the ability to go into the pull-ups and kettlebells that I think he had a 5. I could be wrong, but it seemed like a 5 something. And I don't know. I got to look at that. And I got to find it. I'll probably like dig through YouTube and find it. But then there's the other case of like Jackie. I've talked about this on the show many times. Jackie's a really good workout. Have you done that one with the, now how do you do on that?
Not in a while. So I have no idea what my times are anymore.
Jackie's
yeah.
The reason I say Jackie, Armin Hammer, who used to be the co-host of the show, did an evaluation one year and found that there was a correlation between people's Jackie's times and how they finish in the games. So however people finished in Jackie, that's how they did in the games. So basically saying, it's the same way we've done this with the head of Nike performance training. It says, however heavy your trap bar deadlift is, correlates to your 40-yard dash time. Jackie correlates to how well you could do in the games. So that's why I was asking if you've ever done Jackie. I don't know. It seems like you got some great potential, and you should maybe you should do this thing called CrossFit. You should think about it. What's your snatch? How heavy?
Not good. My snatch is resting at like 240 max.
Yeah,
it's just technique at that point.
It is technique, but that is the killer. Usually when I find someone with a good snatch, it's very rare that I find someone with a good snatch, really good snatch, that isn't good at CrossFit.
Exactly, yeah.
It's really, really weird that lift in itself equates to, and of course you're going to find some giants who are going to be able to lift a great snatch, but they're not going to be able to do CrossFit. But I'm saying if you're in the 185 to 205 pound range of weight, and you can lift and do a heavy snatch, bet you're pretty good at CrossFit. And I mean, really,
exactly, yeah.
Something about it. And we just had this conversation the other night about like Chandler Smith and all these guys. And last week I had James Newberry on, who was 5th in the world, and these guys work on it so much. And you look at Fraser with his Olympic weightlifting background. Something about that lift. Something about it. So
all that Oli lifting, it's got to be up there if you want to be a top CrossFit athlete.
I've watched a couple guys train that it looked to me, I mean, I didn't follow them like every day, all the time, but it looked to me like that's all they were doing. And I just see them in the gym on the platform just going. I'm like, how come I don't see them doing kettlebells? How come I don't see them doing wall balls? How come I don't see them doing rope climb? I just see them snatching and clean and jerking all day long. So
that's right. If they can move that weight around, I mean, moving odd objects most of the time isn't much of an issue.
Yeah. All right, here we go. It's time for Eat the 80. My favorite thing to talk about because it just makes my mouth water. It's so delicious. I'll eat anything that's delicious, but it has to be healthy, right? I mean, no, I take that back. I eat shit that's not good for me, and then I feel bad. But sometimes I find something that tastes so good, and it's healthy, and then I feel so good, and that's Eat the 80. It is, take out the health part of it, okay? Just take out that it's good for you. It's delicious. I'd put it up against any meal that I'd ever have. I'd be like, this, I don't care that it's healthy. It's so good. And then you look at the ingredients and you're like, this can't be. How can a chef make food this good with just such simple ingredients as vegetables and meat and salt and pepper and olive oil? It's so good. It's so good. They've got new options every single week. They've got this week, check out the new turkey meatballs and the balsamic chicken. And it's just, maybe this guy just has my palate in mind or something, but it's so delicious because he doesn't like overcook. It's not too weird. It's not too spicy. He keeps about 30 30 dishes on the menu at a time. And so you could have, if you ordered and you wanted to eat it every day, you could have a new meal every single day. You can pause at any time. They have add-ons if you want to get like cauliflower rice, potato salad, grilled chicken, gluten-free brownies. Put your orders in. You're going to put it on a Wednesday. If you do it by midnight, then the boxes are delivered via 2-day shipping to ensure freshness, and they're going to show up Tuesday or Wednesday of the week after. So just you prepare a week before, go, oh, I want this many meals next week, and you can order as many as you want. And they come in these cold packaged boxes that everything in it's recyclable, so you're not being a pig. And if you're in Florida, they come on Monday, so a couple days earlier, because that's where these guys are located. And it's just the most delicious stuff you'll ever eat. My favorite is the chicken dumplings. I would eat that every single day of my life. If I had 7 chicken dumplings in my refrigerator, 7 orders, I would eat chicken dumplings every single day. They're that good, and they're gluten-free. They've got the whole menu is gluten-free. They've got all kinds of options. They've got Whole30. They've got keto, macro balanced, vegetarian. Takes 3 minutes in the microwave. That's it. Boom, microwave, 3 minutes, ready to go. And all the animal protein is ethically sourced. Your whole family's going to love it. I'll tell you how I know. I give it to my kids. My kids love it. We bought it for my wife's grandparents. They love it. Bought it for my parents. They love it. It's just, everyone can eat it. It's healthy for everyone. I wish this guy would teach a course on how to cook. It's all vacuum sealed. It's all fresh. It's all COVID. They cleanest kitchen you could ever be in. And they've got a partner program. That's really, really important. If you're a gym owner, trainer, coach, whatever you are, start recommending this stuff to your clients, because that's one of your biggest problems is getting your clients to eat right. This is a simple way to get them to eat right. You can track what they're doing by going, hey, what'd you order this week? What'd you get? How many of these meals? How many did you eat? But the best part is if you get them to eat, if you set up the program through info@eatthe80.com, that's info@eatthe80.com, they will give you credits. So if your clients are eating it, you're going to get credits to get free food. So that's great. So let me tell you, if you want to get 25% off your first order of Eat the 80, check it out right now at eatthe80.com. That's eatthe80.com. That's eatthe80.com. Got it? Got it. Eatthe80.com. So what's with the pink hair?
During quarantine, just bleached it blonde pretty much with lemons, and then been trying out a bunch of different colors. And then purple and stuff is my favorite. And then all of a sudden people just started hashtagging Purple Sonic during that run and lift. So I kind of like that now.
Did you have any haters online? Did anybody say like, oh, you didn't go to full extension, or we didn't see the full run, or how do we know that, because I always feel like at first you'll get that burst of like, oh my God, this is incredible. And then there's got to be the guy that goes, I can't let this guy have this. I've got to figure out a way to to blow up, as Scott, my other partner, used to say, I gotta pop his balloon.
Yeah, there's been a couple, but like none that made me laugh in any way. They're just like, no lockout, no this, no. I mean, nothing that was funny. Like none of the haters with like the awesome keyboard fucking trash talk. None of that.
Yeah,
just no rep.
Yeah, I love the no rep. That's hilarious. It was look, I saw it. It was a good deadlift. It was very good. There's no chance of calling that a no rep. But it's so funny how they'll do it. I mean, you watch a guy do a fast forehand, and there'll be like 50 comments on there going, on rep number 12 in the second round, his chin doesn't come over the bar, and you're like, it's some guy sitting at home that can't even do 5 dead hang pull-ups, and you're just like, or it's some guy that is his entire life and all he does are pull-ups.
It's something I don't even need to focus on. Like there's more that people have been reaching out to me saying like, oh, this inspired me to do my own goal of this, and this. And I'm like, awesome. If I could be that small spark that gets someone to do something else, sick.
Well,
If
that's what
people just want to hate on a video, I mean,
I love
don't
it.
waste your time.
That's why I had you on the show. I was like, you know what? I usually have like, like big name CrossFit Games athletes or somebody giving information, but I was like, this needs to be celebrated, and I want to see more people do things like this. I want to see. I love it when somebody runs, like a race that's never been raced, a mountain that's never been climbed, does something faster than it's ever been done. That's what life's all about. It's like we did a run last year where we ran 68 miles over the Backbone Trail, and we just did it to do it. There's no official record. But it was like the whole mountain chain's there. It's 68 miles long. We're like, let's do it. And I think and it was one of the most fun things I've ever done. A whole bunch of us did it, and it was great. People were like, was that hard? I'm like, no, it was easy because I'm with a bunch of buddies and we're laughing the whole time and we had a good time. And I'm like, give me something different. Give me another event to try. Give me another, and not something that everybody does. That's what I liked what you did about that. Like I might do the Ironman this year, and I was like, what's an Ironman that no one does? Like, show me one that's like really weird and really hard. Because I don't want to be in a pack with 10,000 other people like high-fiving and buying shirts afterwards that say
exactly. You want to stand out and show something that like
it's different.
Is its own feat of strength.
Yeah, Devin Levesque did last week, I think November, maybe 2 weeks ago. I don't know if you saw this. He's a trainer out of New York City. He did a marathon bear crawling.
I heard about that. I don't know if it was on Barbend or something, but I definitely heard about it.
Yeah, he did a full marathon, 26 miles.
Yeah, that's wild on your shoulders. I can't even fathom that.
Wrists. Imagine your wrists.
Like, yeah, that's props to that because I don't have the stamina to sit there and
it took him a long time, but look, it would take me years. I do like 100 yards every week. So look, to me, sort of sounds stupid, but all of these things could be stupid. But he got like so much publicity and everybody's like tackling him at the finish. Like, you did it. And it's like, what did you just do? You just bear crawled. Like, and it's one thing if you do it and then you're like, I'm going to do this to raise money for charity or something, whatever. And I'm just going to do something weird like this to show a feat of strength. It's no different than what you or I have done in our weird pursuits, but it is incredible. I said, that was one where I said, I believe the 500 and 5 minute mile could be broken, or I know it could be. When I saw you do it, I was like, okay, there it is. I didn't think he would finish 26 miles. I was like, there's no fucking way. I'm like, he's going to lock up. He's going to lock up. Things are going to happen. Now I'm trying to get him on the show because I've heard there's like arguments about it, but I want to hear it from his mouth, like exactly what it was. I mean, imagine your hamstrings, your lower back, your wrists,
it's all on fire. Like even just getting half marathon.
Hunter actually met up with him and did, I think he said 2.5 miles with him. And he said it was awful. It was just one of the worst feelings.
I think I saw a post about that on the beach or something, right?
Yeah. I wouldn't do more than 400 meters. If somebody said, go out and do bear crawl, I'd be like, 400 meters is about where I'd be like, I'm done. I'm out. This is not necessary. Like this is just stupid. So what I'm saying is anybody out there that's listening to the show, you listen to the Wodcast, go do something crazy like this. Do it. I'll get you on the show. I will, I'll feature it. I'll talk about it. I think what you did, Mike, is great. It's awesome. I'm hoping Hunter tries to break it because he's got an ego, and I can't wait to see your brother try to do it.
Yeah, he's gonna go for it. Next week we got some more feats of strength just to pull off. We're gonna try to be the first people to Turkish Getup a yoke rack.
Oh,
it's like a 205-pound yoke rack. Just something fun to do. I've never seen anyone do it, so let's make it happen.
You're gonna Turkish Getup a 200-pound yoke rack.
Yes.
Explain to me how that's done.
Super awkward. You got to put that fat bar on the lowest setting. Okay. Get underneath it. get it supported in your one arm. Now you have 4 corners hovering over your body. So there's really no room for error. Otherwise,
Sure.
that thing's going to drop on you. And then just get it from the floor, standing up, and bring it back down.
Don't mind that noise in the background. That's just a garbage truck going by that is so rude. God, shut the fuck up. I just tweaked my neck doing that. That's how out of shape I am. That sounds, I'm going to tell you this. It's like what I thought of Devin Levesque. That sounds impossible. I don't think you're going to do that. Have you done it with like lower weight or anything? What's a yoke rack without any weight on it?
205 pounds.
Oh, so it's the rack.
Yeah, it's the rack.
So
there are lighter yokes, but the one I'll be using is 205.
So what is your heaviest Turkish getup to this point?
Right around 160.
I saw a surfer dude that I know do 100-pound Turkish getup, and I was like, "You didn't do that?" And he's like, "Yeah, I did, dude." And I'm like, and he's like way smaller than me. I'm like, "There's no way you did that." And he's like, "I swear to God, I trained all the time, and I got up to that." And I was like, "That's impressive," because the Turkish getup is, it's hard even figuring it out. Which, like, does my leg go here? Does it? It's like mathematics. Do I go under here? Which way do I lean up now? When do I? So
it's one of my favorite movements. If you want to get strong all around, it's a solid movement just to throw in and kind of work towards.
Oh, I don't disagree with you. I think it's great for you, and it's especially one of the most functional movements. There are so many times where I'm like picking up one of my kids from the ground, and I'm like, you know, he's got like a dirty diaper or something, and I got to get up and get wipes, and I'm like, oh, I wish I worked on my Turkish get-ups more. And no, I'm seriously, I think it's one of the most functional movements, but it is fucking boring. It's like
it's to watch, yes.
But even doing it, when you're doing it, it's like if you have to do more than like 3 of them, you're like, oh God, like this again. Now, which way do I go? My leg goes under.
I couldn't agree more. Turkish get-ups to me are only meant for 1 rep maxes.
Okay.
Other than that, it's too long.
I'll agree with you. But how do you get better at it without doing many of them?
Super easy. I mean, overhead walks.
Yeah.
That's it. All it is single arm strength. And the more you can support a straight arm, the more weight you can do.
Yeah.
I think it's Robert Orvest, a strongman, like defines it as like squish weight, like the amount of weight you can just hold, your skeletal system can hold.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no like me lifting and pressing. It's your arms already straight and you're just trying to maintain that position.
True. And you've done it with what, 160-pound dumbbell, or did you use a kettlebell?
This was a barbell.
Okay.
And then I think I used like 124 kettlebell. I Turkish get up to 155 person.
Wait. So whoa. So you were balancing a 160-pound barbell?
Yes.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, you might be able to pull this off.
Yeah, the way the weight's distributed, I have some potential for this.
Are people going to spot you so you don't die underneath this thing?
No. I think spotting is more dangerous just because what are you going to do? There's not like, there's not too much you can really do to spot.
Yeah, I think they could. I think you could have guys at all 4 corners keeping
You're
it from
telling
falling.
a guy that doesn't really do much prep work to go find spotters.
Oh yeah, you don't do prep work.
It's not gonna happen.
You don't do prep work. You had Nike and New Balance spikes. You're ready. You'll be prepared. I think if you can do that, that's amazing. And then I'd love to see the 500-pound squat, 500 or 5-minute mile. That would be incredible. That would be.
Yeah, that's something I definitely want to get. It's going to take me a little bit longer to get there, but I can assure you it's going to for damn sure happen.
It's a whole different thing. Yeah, in a way, the run might be harder with the deadlift than with the squat, but the squat's just hard to pull off a 500-pound squat.
The squat's going to take me much longer than that deadlift. So
and the time,
I have to make sure yeah, exactly.
Time under weight, yeah.
Time under tension, that's going to take a lot.
Yeah. I just think your body might fire better after that though than from a deadlift. It's weird. It's the way the body reacts, and I'm no exercise physiologist or anything, but just I've done a few little triathlons and stuff, and when you get off the bike and you start running, and your muscles are just going, no, we don't work like that anymore. We don't know how to do that. And you're like the first quarter mile, you're running like a flamingo or something. And you're like, what's happening to my body? It won't move like that. And so I can imagine there's some kind of weird experience with that, with, the deadlift and the 5 minute mile.
Mm-hmm.
Are you a drinker? Do you drink alcohol?
I do, but not too much.
Well, you can always try to break Hunter McIntyre's beer mile record, which is non-existent because he's puked both times.
I have a 5:58 time that I did a couple years ago.
Oh, he's going to be so mad when I tell him that. He's puked twice. He had to break a 6 minute to win $1,000. And he lost $1,000 to me. Which he still hasn't paid up, and it's going to charity. So, really, really funny. All right. Well, so your other feat of strength, you're going to do the yoke. What's the other one?
The yoke. I'm going to come back to that 500-pound squat.
Right.
And then, honestly, my calendar is open. I'm just going to keep coming up with new ideas. I know I have like 250 sandbags over the shoulder in like 44 minutes. So I keep doing that every year. But
right. I'm trying.
Whatever you want to throw at me, I'll try to figure out something new.
The one of the ones that I think was an original one in CrossFit was the 100 pull-ups. And I think the first person I ever saw do that was what's his name out of Utah, Chris Spieler. Spieler did like 106 pull-ups, and they were all kipping pull-ups, but that was pretty incredible. And then you look at, I think the record could be still held by David Goggins. I think it was broken. He did the most pull-ups in like 24 hours or something, which is that's just way too masochistic. I think there's something wrong.
That's a long time to wait and spend on one movement. Ugh.
And just
I've done 24-hour races, but at least they're more engaging than sitting there and doing pull-ups.
It's a little weird. And to just know that your hands are going to bleed that bad. I don't know. Did you see Haley Adams' hands?
Yes.
I mean,
you're not going to be able to bathe yourself for a week if you have hands like that.
I don't know. I mean, I didn't look into it, but I assume she wore grips. And what'd they do? 200 pull-ups in that event?
I think so, yeah.
That was the 100 pistols, 100 handstand push-ups, 200 pull-ups, No, I think it was 300 pull-ups. Yeah, 300 pull-ups will do that to your hands.
Yeah.
How are your pull-ups?
My pull-ups are actually really good. I think I have like a 60 or 70 rep max with my butterfly style, but I've never tried to go past that.
You should. I'm going to try to get you into all these kind of things. I do this to Hunter all the time. I can't do any of these things, so I'm like, hey, let's see.
You want to send me something in the morning? I'll for sure give it a go, and an honest go at that.
That's hilarious. Okay, you heard it here. Guys, if you can come up with... We used to have Wodcast workouts that we would give and see how people could do. I'll give you a workout that's one of the worst ever. It's just brutal. A lot of our fans have done it. A lot of listeners have done it. It's a 21-15-9 of burpee pull-ups and squat clean thrusters. And I believe the weight was 95, just like Fran.
All right.
So it's a burpee pull-up and then squat clean thruster.
Well, that's going to be miserable. What are the top times for this?
I'd have to go back and look. It's a miserable. I even did it. I did the workout and it took me forever.
This doesn't sound fun. I will 100% do this. I'm going to wait till after this second workout I finish for OCR stars, but I'll get it done.
It's basically, we said it's the worst. It's the worst combination of like, not the worst. It almost gets everything you need done. Like if you think about combination movements, because you're squatting, you're doing pushing, you're pulling, you're doing it. It's like the best all over workout you could do. And
yeah, it's that push pull in a horizontal and vertical plane on both ends, and I'm already thinking about it.
It's brutal. It's brutal. I forget. I was breaking it up in fives. Like I was doing the burpee pull-ups in fives, and in the beginning I did not go. But we had fans send videos, and the videos were them just going straight through like unbroken, and insane. So if you can do that, I don't know if we have a time on it. There was one guy that did it pretty well, but I'm just trying to think if there's been any other. I mean, there's all the strongman shit. I'm going to try to come up with one that would be really, really impressive. What about your swimming? How's your swimming?
I love swimming. Swimming's good.
How far can you go underwater?
Oh, I can do a full lap.
Okay.
So the full 25 yards.
Yeah, that's nothing. There's like guys that can do like 3.
Yeah, I mean, there's guys that are phenomenal swimmers. I think I'm a good swimmer for not being a swimmer.
See, I'm trying to put you into one of these situations, these crazy things. The yoke's going to be impressive. If you can pull that one off without dying, I will be impressed. All right. Well, I want to see these videos. We'll post them on our page. I appreciate you going out there and doing crazy shit like this. I think it's awesome that you did it. I hope you do well in the OCR stars, and that I didn't give you information that I wasn't supposed to give you. I will be commentating with Hunter. If you haven't signed up for OCR stars, do that. Hunter's been working really. I don't think you can. I think it's too late, but do it for next year. Yeah, do it for next year. And where can they see you? I think you should post the full thing so they can watch the whole thing. Put it
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm gonna post it all my. Can I post it all on my? Yeah. IG Live or TV or whatever it is. Yeah, it'll be up there. So it'll be up there by the end of the week.
So what's your Instagram?
Michael.sgx.
Michael.sgx.
Yes.
Yeah. So check him out at Michael.sgx. I appreciate you doing the show, dude. I hope to see you doing more of this stuff in the future. And thanks for doing it.
Hell yeah. Thanks for having me on. For all you guys listening, go ahead, go out, beat my time. Think of something even better. I want to see it. Everyone else wants to see it. Let's just keep the fitness going.
Awesome, dude. Nice talking to you.
All right.
Later.
Take care, guys.